So when you're watching, you're a fan. I say that all the time too. I'm like, man, I am a fan up there.
Yeah.
But you also come out of the driver's seat. You love racing. It's not like you just flip a switch and that goes away. Mm-hmm. Do you have moments when you're watching them and going, oh, God, that looks freaking awesome. I wish I was right in the middle of that shit.
Well, again, going back to Jeff, there's that moment. And I don't know when it was for you. For me, it was Daytona 500. I looked over my shoulder. We're up there on the stage, and I see them putting their helmets on, putting the winning net up. And I'm like, oh, man, what the hell have I done?
Yeah.
I want to be out there, And Sonoma, cool racetrack,
yeah,
one of my favorite racetracks,
yeah.
and one of my best. It was hard to call
really?
that, and
is it like a all day eating at you kind of thing, or is it just for a moment?
No, it's just moments. You see somebody, didn't poke at somebody or got off the corner better than somebody else. Like that was something that I was good at. And you're like, oh man, that was it right there. He had it, a shot at it. The All-Star race with Brad, it was such a moment that it was a big moment in our sport, a moment for him, a moment for that race, a moment for $1 million, for somebody. I was in there like, no, go for it. I wanted him, come hell or high. Well, if he wasn't clear, I felt like that was the moment we were just going to find out. For $1 million, it was worth trying to figure it. It's like going in to get your ass whooped. One of us is going to walk out of here with the job done. And one of us is going to walk out of here with our ass kicked.
Yeah.
That was that moment that, I felt like you either went for it or you didn't. And if it worked, that was $1 million winner. And if it didn't, you're going to go off into turn one side by side and you're going to be a loser. So that was one of those moments for me in the booth that I was like, man, I'd have went for it right there. I probably would have wrecked and everybody that hated me for a couple of weeks, but I'd have went for it.
How are you replacing the rush that you would get, that satisfaction and enjoyment out of racing that you would get? I mean, broadcasting probably does a lot, but not everything. Yeah.
I think you can relate to this. I think, when you're contributing to the product and I guess you're one or whatever, you feel like you're bringing something to the table, part of a team. The team aspect is certainly still there.
Yes.
And TV, you have success.
Yes,
and
you win, you lose.
100%. You leave Sunday and feel like you did good and contributed to the overall outcome. Sometimes you leave there like, dang it, I wish I'd have done that a little better, screwed that up. So I love that aspect of it. Still trips that trigger, and the competitor in you still lives up there in the booth. You want to be good. You want to be make everybody happy. No different than you did in racing. I think you can probably attest to that. Just like you were in the car, you want to make everybody happy.
You came into the podcast today with Cash, and he's been racing.
He's probably,
He's on his phone over there writing in some notes about what kind of air pressures he's going to run this weekend.
No, he's on my phone. No damn telling what he's looking at.
But he's behind the wheel. Man, there's been like this. It's like it happened to everybody at once.
Yeah, it did.
You, Larson.
Yeah.
Wyatt got into it.
Kyle
Busch's boy. So it's funny because Kelly's kids raced over there to dirt track for years, and then there was a kind of a lull, and then now everybody's back in it, and it's kind of this thing that comes and goes and ebbs and flows. But how are you enjoying that? I know how he's enjoying it probably, but how are you coping like this? You saw this coming, right?
Yeah, but honestly, we've tried a lot of things. Baseball, which is a lot of fun. It's fun to watch those kids compete. He's really good at soccer, which I was like, but he's really good at it, And at the end of the day, you want them to be passionate about something, just like we were in racing. But you wanted something for me. I want something to do as a family, and that's been that racing in his karts and stuff over there at Millbridge. You feel like you're doing it as a family. You look over your shoulder, and here's Kyle Busch and Samantha with Brexton, Kyle and Caitlin with Owen and all the families out there. It reminds me of my upbringing when we were on two wheels racing motocross, but it's exactly the same. You're way more competitive than your kid. It's always the dads. I remember now I know. I remember my old man being up there belly rubbing, somebody just pissed off after the race. You're the kid, you cheated me. It's just the same thing, It's just on four wheels instead of two. I love watching those kids learn. And we tried it. I took him once, and I don't think he was old enough, and Laura was like, well, how'd it go? I said, I don't think he's ready. And we waited.
Wait, you did this kind of a
practice or something? We went and practiced and drove a car, and I watched him, and he just didn't have that fire. And I think you know how it is. You see kids and you lived it. When they take to it and they want to go out there and come hell or high water, they want to win. They don't want that kid to win. That's when he they get it, and you want to go and you want to be there every weekend because of his fire and their desire and their passion. So I could definitely win after the race. He pouched just like I did. Laura's like, hey, you can't let him do that. I said, hey, you just let him be right there. He's fine. It's like, no, man. No, hell yeah. It was a bad day. We got our ass kicked. Let's go to the house with the tail between our legs and work harder next week. That's racing.
So I guess there was a time, if I'm understanding you right, there was a time y'all went out and tested or something. He didn't really have that fire, so you said maybe this isn't for him, and then you kind of returned to it.
It wasn't ever. This wasn't for him. I just knew he wasn't ready. He wasn't old enough. I mean, I think he was only barely 5, and we went out and run, and he just was running laps. Now he comes in and wants to know what did I do wrong? The first thing, just like every kid out there, they cut the corner off.
How old is he now?
And they don't arc the corner enough, and you're out there like a damn maniac.
Standing on the track.
Come on,
go
arc
around
the corner
me.
more.
My dad did the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, golly.
Burton told me to get tennis balls. He'd go out there and throw tennis balls at him. And I'm telling you, I'm fixing to go, what is it, pin? I'm going to own some stock in pin here soon. I need the tennis balls everywhere.
But how old is he now?
He's 6. Yeah, he'll be 7 in October.
I gotcha. And so it gets competitive. Is it getting competitive amongst the dads? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, dude, it's way more with the dads than it is the kids.
And so I would assume, tell me if I'm wrong. Larson's pretty chill. You and Kyle Busch, LW, never seen a fight he didn't like. So, I mean, I would say between you, Kyle, and LW, does it get?
Kyle's pretty chill.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kyle Busch
at the dirt track. I mean, I've never seen him at the dirt track, but I've been there and seen Brexton race.
He's a Busch, Dale.
I know, but they race and
this Kyle has more shit on his car, telemetry, throttle, brakes, the whole thing. They're in there like an engineer already. I'm like, Kyle, what are you doing, man?
Laptops everywhere.
Yeah.
Like Formula One cars don't have all this stuff.
Damn it, he's lifting. Look at this data right here. I'm like, this data? This kid's 6. But, oh, yeah, that's the Bushes. And I tell you, Brexton is extremely fast right off the bat. Speed, galore. Cash doesn't have that, but he races well. You put the rabbit out in front of it. Well, you put the rabbit out in front of him, he'll chase it, a little bit harder. Every one of those kids is different. Owen, same demeanor as Kyle. Super quiet, and then gets in there as a damn grizzly bear, and you're like, where did that come from? It's amazing how your kids are just like, at the end of the day, they are.
It's crazy. I watched Carson and Kennedy race, and I mean, they are dive bombing and door slamming. I'm like, that's like they're completely opposite outside of the cart, right?
Yeah.
You'd never be like, that's not like you,
Yeah.
Bury it down in there, but them kids, man, they'll shock you.
Helmet, baby, chin strap.
When Carson was running like at Chili Bowl and stuff, it seemed like you were getting real critical of stuff she would do, and then would almost like a dad would.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if you were even enjoying it.
She'd flip and get out and walk away, and everybody's standing around her team and guys at the cart's hanging in the fence, and they're all just looking at it like, how are we going to get this down? And she's stormed off. I'm like, don't do that. Be at your car. Help you guys,
Yeah. Same thing your dad used to say to you.
You hear that, Cash? You hear that? Yeah. No. Don't go pout.
Yeah.
My man's, he doesn't like losing.
I don't know many of them that do.
Not the good ones.
So I went to, what's that one over there by Newton, Mountain Creek?
Yeah, Mountain Creek.
How cool is that place?
Very
it's
cool.
Down in a hole in the middle of the woods.
It always comes back to people. Those guys they're farmers, and that place was built just for their little enjoyment and fun with their family. And next thing they know, they invited some friends over. Next thing, and I told that guy, I said, next thing you know, you're in business. You got races on Sunday.
I used to go.
Hundreds of people in your backyard.
I used to drive that road to go to work at the dealership when I changed oil at the dealership and didn't even know that was there.
Oh,
all
really?
those years, yeah. And I just went for the first time like 2 months ago. And then I went last week or 2 weeks ago, and Brexton ran, and I'm like, I text Kyle, I'm like, dude,
rolling.
he's damn good.
Yeah.
Life is best lived in motion. And that's why Tire Pros gets you ready for all your driving adventures. Whether it's along corners and curves, across city and state lines. Because we're more than just tires. We're auto care too. Tire Pros, so you can focus on the road ahead.